Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Sunday School. We're so excited you're here. My name is Chessie Brunton, and I'm the Director of Children and Family Ministries here at Manchester UMC. We are continuing with our Good Shepherd series. It is after Easter, but we are still in the season of Easter, so we are celebrating the resurrection of Jesus. As a reminder, with these stories, there are wondering questions. And for my parents and guardians, these are questions that we should all wonder with together. Don't try to answer them. Some don't even have answers. But please enjoy wondering along with our young friends. As a reminder, these stories can be found after the 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock worship services through our website and on Facebook Live. If you want additional activities, you can go over to the Children and Family Ministries Facebook page and find things to go along with each week's lesson. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I can't wait to see you soon. Goodbye.
Hi, my name's Herb Walker. I've been a member here at Manchester for about 40 years, and in that 40 years, 38 of them, I've been involved with the children's and youth ministries. In fact, Chessie Brinton was in my second grade Sunday school class. All of the words of this story are in my heart. Will you make silence with me? After Jesus was crucified, he saw the disciples several times. And a few days later, the disciples, John, Peter, and some of the other disciples decided that they were going to go fishing. So they all got in a boat. And they took the boat out into the middle of the lake. And they fished all night long, and they caught nothing. Early the next morning, as the sun was coming up, there was a man standing on the other side of the lake. And he called to them, "Children, did you catch any fish?" And they said, "No, we caught nothing." And the man says they didn't realize it was Jesus. And he says, "Throw your net out on the right side of the boat." And they threw the net out on the right side of the boat. And they caught so many fish that they couldn't even bring it into the boat. And John says to Peter, "It's the Lord." And Peter got so excited immediately, he put his cloak on that he had taken off while they were fishing, and he jumped in the water, and he rushed as fast as he could over to the Lord. Now the Lord had already started a fire where he was baking some bread and some fish. And the disciples came in as close as they could to the shore. They still had so many fish that they couldn't get all the way in. But they got out and they went, and Jesus said to them, "Bring some of the fish that you caught." There were 153 fish that they had caught, and they did bring some of the fish, and they also cooked those fish. After they'd eaten breakfast, Jesus takes Simon Peter to the side, and he says to Simon Peter, "Simon Peter, son of John, do you love me?" And he says, "Lord, you know I love you." And he says, "Feed my lambs." And again, Jesus says to Simon Peter, son of John, "Do you love me?" Simon Peter, son of John. And he says, "Lord, you know I love you." And again he says, "Care for my sheep." And then the third time he says again, "Simon Peter, son of John, do you love me?" And this time, Simon Peter was a little upset that he had asked him 3 times if he loved him. And he said, "Lord, you know everything. You know that I love you." And he said, "Simon Peter, son of John, feed my sheep." And then he says to Simon Peter, "When you were young, you could go any place that you wanted to, do anything you wanted to. But when you're older, you will be tied up and taken to places where you do not want to go." He said this to him so that he would know what his life would be like later on. And then Jesus says to Simon Peter, "Follow me." I have some wondering questions. I wonder why Peter jumped out of the boat. And I wonder why Jesus already had fish and bread that he had already baked. I wonder if Peter believed that he would die because of his faith. And for the older children, I wonder what you think about the disciples, why they were afraid to ask, "Who is that over there on the shore?" And I wonder what the disciples thought about Simon Peter jumping into the water with his clothes on and swimming over to Jesus as fast as he could. Who in your life would you follow, regardless of what would happen? Now, let's put this away so the next time, and hopefully it'll be soon, when you're in church, that you will be able to get this story out and tell this story yourself. If you want additional things to do that go along with this story, you can find coloring pages and other things to do at the Children's and Family Ministries section of the Manchester MUMC Facebook page. You have a wonderful day.